Alright, so I think we are up and running now. My name is Strike Alpha, and I'm here casting my friend's game, Diz Wallet. He's going to be playing on the blue team as Riven with a Kindred, and it looks like, before I get the introductions down, it looks like we got a invade by the red team, and it looks like Jarvan is going to get that smite off. He's going to get that red camp. Alistar's taking a lot of damage. Wukong might be in a little too deep, but Jarvan comes through with the flag and drag and gets the kill on Kindred. Meanwhile, Alistar gets the kill on Wukong, and Jarvan gets the kill on Alistar. Kai'Sa's running for her life right now. She might be able to make it out if she doesn't get hit by Karthus, and the burn ended up taking down Kai'Sa. Karthus gets a kill on her. Definitely a super favorable situation for the red team starting off. So, yeah, blue team is going to be a Riven, Kindred, Xerath, Kai'Sa, and Alistar, and they are going to be playing against a Shen, Jarvan the Fourth, Yasuo, Karthus, and Wukong. So far, it's been a very interesting matchup. Already we have people invading, and we got some kills going to both sides, but it looks like red team is going to start off with the advantage after getting first blood and 2 more kills after that. So, with that being said, let's talk a little bit about these team comps. Blue team is going to be running more of a standard-ish team comp. I say standard-ish as there's really only one tank line member. However, there are quite a few frontline members on that team for the blue team. Oh, and this might be the end of Riven. It is not. Riven gets that last auto attack off and kills the Shen. Meanwhile, J4 comes in, flags and drags. Xerath able to flash over it. Although this looks like this might be the end of Kindred, she's trying her best to get out of this situation. She is able to get out, but she's going to take quite a bit of damage in the process. But yeah, blue team has a front line that's going to be Riven, Kindred, and Alistar. They have a mid kind of front line with Kai'Sa, and they have a definite back line with Xerath. So they have a little bit of a team fighting oriented composition. It's just a matter of being able to get to that phase of the game and being able to kind of hold formation once the fighting starts. For the red team, however, there's quite a bit of a front line here. Shen, J4, Yasuo, Wukong, even Karthus in some situations. They're all going to be in the front. So, and it looks like Yasuo was able to get the kill on Kindred, but I'm going to say he's hiding him out. I don't know if this is going to be enough. Oh, and the tornado comes through and last hits that Xerath. I'm going to say Yasuo is definitely not someone for the blue team to kind of ignore at this point. He's gotten 2 kills, and he essentially is going to have the advantage over quite a few members of the blue team once he decides to go back. How much money does he have? He should have around 1,500 or 1,600 gold when he gets back. So he should be able to get quite a bit of items, maybe a Zeal. Depends on whether or not he wants to go damage though. So let's see what he goes with. He is going to buy a Zeal. There we go. So he's already starting off with his crit. But yeah, there's a lot of frontline potential for the red team, or frontline potential, I guess. I don't necessarily know what to really call it. It's just because of this new meta. Oh, and Kai'Sa is running from the J4. She gets flag and dragged by J4, but Kindred is there for the revenge. And it looks like Kindred's going to get a stack, but Alistar is going to get the money. Like, I think at this point, blue team should probably go for dragon. They've already pushed back the red team a little bit after getting that kill, but it doesn't look like they are going to be going that route. Anyway, so yeah, the red team has a really strong front line. The problem is, if the front line gets stuck, it's not really going to be able to do too much in terms of getting anything behind them. This is where Xerath and Kai'Sa are going to be really... Oh, that was not a good move for Kindred. She gets jumped on, attempting to go after a stack, and I guess she immediately regrets it. As all three of those red team members, Jarvan, Wukong, and Karthus, converged on her at once. But yeah, in terms of team progression, blue team's going to do a lot better if they can manage to get the mid game, I think. Red team is going to be one of those we need to get as many kills as possible as fast as we can so we can build a little bit of damage, but probably focus a little bit more on armor. And here comes the flag and drag by J4. He flashes the end of it and ends up knocking up Xerath, leading to an last breath coming through from Yasuo, getting him that kill. Kendra's trying to come through to help, but this is definitely not going to work out well for her. She gets hit with that tornado. So Yasuo landing all those tornadoes like it's nothing. And now he currently has a 3-0-1 advantage. He's going to be recalling with another 1,500 gold. He should be able to buy his critical hit item, most likely Static Shield. And, yeah. Oh, no, he went Phantom Dancer. Okay. I'm saying maybe my Yasuo build is a little outdated, but it's still definitely not a Yasuo that anyone from the blue team is really in a position to fight at this point. And it looks like there's a gank coming here from J4, but it doesn't look like Riven's going to bite. She knows that something's not right. Earlier before the game started, she did mention... And here we go, we got J4. Oh, and Riven jumps over the wall, but J4 able to still make it land. J4 is going after Kendrick now. He goes for a flag and drag, misses, but it looks like this might be the end of a bunch of people as Yasuo comes through, gets that Xerath, gets that Kendrick, he gets that double kill. Okay. All right, Kai'Sa goes ahead, gets the kill on Karthus, but looks like Karthus and Wukong will get the last laugh on that fight. Yeah. Oh, wait. They won't see it. Whatever. So yeah, things are slowly starting to move more towards red team's favor in this situation. Blue team still has quite a bit of chance to come back, but it definitely is not going to be an easy route back up to the top in this situation. I'm gonna say, but I can tell you right now that if they do actually want to try and make that comeback, it starts with getting a pick in bot, getting rid of either Wukong or Karthus. Most likely Karthus, just because you don't want that ult to come down and, you know, get a penta just because you're going for dragon. But they also are going to need to go ahead and take that first objective, that Infernal Drake. They have to take that. They're starting to fall behind in terms of damage because the red team is starting to get a bit of a gold lead right now. The only way they can, in all honesty, counter that is by oh, and you got Kendrick going after Yasuo. He throws down the wind wall, but she immediately gets behind it. But she's only level 5. She's not going to be able to do too much. And so J4 gets that last hit off, takes 8% of Kendrick's health, and gets that kill. But yeah, as I was saying, it looks like blue team is going to need that Infernal Drake because they need to close that distance in terms of how much... and we got a fight now in mid. Yasuo and Riven are going at it. This should be pretty easy for Riven, but will it be easy for Kai'Sa and Alistar? Wukong flashes in and goes ahead, throws down his ult. Here comes the Karthus. Here comes that long distance artillery that takes down Kaisa, and now it's up to these few that are left to do something. Shin is gonna go ahead and get the kill on Riven thanks to his teammates J4 and Shin, and it looks like this might be the end of that team fight finally. But yeah, blue team has to get that Inferno Drake to try and close the gap in terms of like damage, output, and potential, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen because Karthus and J4 have just both worked together to get that Inferno Drake. So now it's up to the blue team to turtle it out a little bit. They need to try and get some CS, get some levels, see if they can't necessarily make a comeback from that. It's not necessarily impossible, but it definitely will be a little bit of work if they plan on actually making a comeback from this. So it looks like Yasuo is going to be going ahead and split push him right now. He's hammering down this bottom tower. Not many people can actually stop him at this point. He is currently 5-2. Meanwhile, it looks like blue team is starting to go after some objectives of their own. They're going to go ahead and take this Rift Herald. However, it looks like Yasuo is going to get that tower, and no one's really going to stop him. Meanwhile, Shin is going after, or going to have to deal with 3 separate people at once. Riven, Alistar, and Kaisa. This should be the end of Shin. It is. Jarvan's up top, possibly ready to help, but he knows it's probably not a good move on his part. He's probably going to back out at this point. Although he did try and save the tower just by doing his flag and drag, but we said blue team has to figure out something because at this point, red team is in quite a bit of the... Okay. Flag, drag, and Cataclysm from the J4 gets the kill on Kaisa. She didn't have a chance to respond. But yeah, red team is definitely pushing things in the best possible way that they can. It looks like this should be the end of Xerath as well. He's taking all the damage from Karthus, Skittles now, and that is the end of Xerath. Wow, it looks like Kindred is going to save herself with that Lamb's Reprieve. Is that it? Lamb's Reprieve? Yeah, Lamb's Respite. And this might be the end of Kindred anyway. And the ult comes down from Karthus, and that is a dead lamb. Meanwhile, it looks like up top, Shin and J4. Shin gonna teleport up to J4 and help him take down Riven under tower. Both of these tanks are pretty much difficult for Riven to kill by herself at this point. So it's gonna be up to her team to help try and negate some of that advantage that is associated with both Shin and J4 pushing together. And it looks like Yasuo is completely indifferent to the fact that Kaisa went ahead and landed her W. Makes sense because he's definitely in a position to duel a lot of champions on this map at once right now. In fact, he should be able to actually fight anywhere from 2 to 3 people at once, considering his amount of money. We'll find out right now, though. Yasuo throws down that one wall. He stops the damage coming in from Kaisa. And the tornado comes through, but looks like Karthus is able to get the kill in the end. So Karthus getting a kill on Kaisha, and it looks like J4 just goes ahead and cataclysms the Kindred, and that will be it too. So yeah, let's say this is definitely turning into a one-sided match for the red team. Riven is trying her part to keep these two out of the base, but it looks like she's not able to do enough damage to make anything really matter in this situation. And that is going to be the end of a running ribbon from Shen and Wukong. And now it looks like the red team is going to have to figure out where they want to push, because right now they currently have the advantage. And that looks like that is going to be a surrender for the blue team. Red team is going to go ahead and take that victory. Yeah, that was a pretty one-sided game a little bit. The Yasuo starting off with at least 4 kills before his own death definitely didn't help the situation in mid. The early invade by Yasuo, no, not Yasuo, Karthus, Wukong, and J4, that just leaving, that essentially killed 3 members of the blue team. That gave them a significant advantage going back to their lane once they healed up. So we gotta be mindful of the fact that invades are capable of putting your team ahead if they are done correct. So with that being said, I am gonna go ahead and sign off. Again, my name is Strike Alpha, and I am always happy to cast for you all, and I can't wait to see you next time. I'm gonna take a nap.